So you're the new mayor of Fayetteville. Has anyone been treating you differently since you got elected mayor? I thought you might have been soft launching a governor run or something.
My Lord.
There. Do mayors talk to each other?
We have like a secret club and handshake.
Is there a specific moment you can think of where you thought I have to run?
I don't know. I don't know that I should answer that.
I decided I had to finish, but the media called me a menace. I just sat with the mayor and politicians. I'm trying to change the image.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Ridin Around show. Today we have Fayetteville Mayor Rawn.
Hey there.
Today we're going to talk with her about her role as mayor, her goals, and her experience. Let's hop in.
Let's do it. I do feel like I should say, as your mayor, that we must obey all traffic safety laws while we are driving around. I cannot get you out of a speeding ticket.
Oh,
I actually get that question all the time.
Yeah, you can get a speeding ticket? Okay.
Yeah, no.
So if we got pulled over right now, we'd just be like, license?
That license and registration, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're the new mayor of Fayetteville. I think Fayetteville's the second biggest city outside of the capital, Little Rock.
It is, yeah.
So you can fact check me live.
Yeah. Second largest city in the state. You are correct.
My first question I have to ask is, when a new mayor gets elected, because the last one was here 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
do you build a whole new team? Like a president brings in a cabinet, or do you kind of keep some people on?
Yeah, so that's a really interesting question, and not a lot of people have asked me that. There's not really a playbook for it, because if you think about it, I'm only the fourth mayor that has been elected in our current form of government, which is a strong mayor system. And so there hasn't been a lot of transitions. The last transition was in 2008. So I do have some new staff. I have a new chief of staff, I have a new assistant, we have a new communications person, but for the most part, we've got a really great team, and there was no reason for me to make changes. I mean, we had professionals that were doing what they were doing, and so we try to keep that apolitical, right? We try to keep that the work that they do separate from the politics.
Nice to meet you, where you been? I can show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven.
I was gonna say, so I got a parking ticket last week I need to talk to you about, but you already answered that.
The parking tickets are a little bit easier.
That's downstairs for me.
Yeah, that is.
You can bring him some donuts and be like, we're passing Bordino's right here on Dixon Street. That's actually the sponsor of this episode.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yay, Bordino's. I have several things I like at Bordino's.
Yes. Jeff, the owner, said you were in there sometimes, so I was like, this will be perfect.
Not as much as I would like to be, right? Because I don't have the time, but
So I want to give a quick background for the audience who might not know a lot about you because you are a fairly new mayor. So you were the CEO of Experience Fayetteville.
I was, yeah.
So you're pretty experienced with already like knowing how the city operates with an influx of college students or game days or that type of stuff, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
You managed a team, like 20 people,
Yeah.
$10 million budget.
You've done your homework. That's
a
awesome.
little bit. So how do you think that kind of prepares you for your current role as mayor?
That role is very much how do we attract tourism to the region in a way that aligns with the goals of the community and the people that live here permanently. Because I never was a big believer in that, it's not about just tourism for tourism's sake. It's about tourism in a way that brings new tax revenue into our city so that we can have safe streets and sidewalks and
so it never gets
parks
down.
And and so is it to make it a more enjoyable place for everybody that lives here. So it was a great mindset, and also so much of my job and so much of any job, and as I'm sure that you're finding, is relationship building and getting to know people. That's your whole job. And so I got to know so many small business owners and creatives and event organizers and just an incredible group of people.
And the players play. I be just like Leo in Central Bay. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can.
You went to the University of Arkansas, correct?
I did.
Your son goes here now?
He does, yes. In fact, wouldn't it be hilarious if
He was at the crosswalk?
saw him? He might think it was kind of cool, but it might also not be cool to roll up and it be your mom and being like, hey.
Yeah. In the presidential motorcade.
Right.
We're passing all the athletic buildings.
I know.
Do you Razorback fan?
Yes, born and raised.
I know game days sometimes bring 40 to 50 plus thousand people here. How does the mayor's office kind of have a hand in
our police department coordinates heavily, our public works department. I mean, we work a lot in matters of infrastructure, traffic, and security. Yeah. So the mayor's office itself, for me, I just hope I get to go to the game. It'll be my first football season as mayor, though.
Yeah.
Last football season I was campaigning. So, yeah.
You weren't a politician before, so how's getting used to kind of playing politics?
Playing, but like this whole notion that politics is a bad word, I think just goes to show how our trust in public institutions and in politicians has eroded so much that now you don't even want to be associated, like, right? And in fact, you hear a lot of times candidates and public servants going, I'm not a politician, as if it's this some bad thing. But really, if you come back to it, like, a politician is somebody that runs for office.
You're supposed to work for the people.
And so from that perspective, I'm proud of that because I do work for the people. I do see this as a public service. And I think that's the mindset you have to keep. All I'm promised is this, 4-year term, and my job is to be a steward of the public.
So hey, let's be friends. Just see how this one ends.
Is there a specific moment you can think of where you thought, I have to run?
I don't know that I should answer that. I feel like I
definitely want to know.
No, I definitely, I thought about it.
Oh, because it could sound bad.
I thought about it for a long time. I announced in 2023, so over a year before the election, and I spent that entirety, I announced in September, and I would say that I began seriously thinking about it the December before. And so I thought about it for a good, solid 7 months. I thought about it off and on for years, but gave it serious thought and study for about 7 months before I announced.
Yeah. How did you find out you were elected?
Oh, like when I won?
Yeah.
So I actually had 2 election nights. There were 4 people running.
There was a runoff. Yeah.
There was a runoff. And so on the first election night in November, we had a big party, a big event, and we saw the returns coming in, so we knew it was likely a runoff. And so I found out, like live on TV, and there were reporters there. And so on the actual runoff night, when I knew, we had someone that was down at Washington County where they're counting the votes, and the votes are coming in. And as soon as the numbers came in and were final, they texted us, and we found out that way. And then within a couple minutes, it was on the news, and
Wow.
yeah.
Surreal.
Yeah, it was surreal.
Suit and tie, I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny? Rumors fly. And I know you heard about me.
So you're the first female mayor of Fayetteville, I believe.
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'm always really careful to point out and honor and recognize Marion Orton and Marilyn Hefner, who were both Fayetteville mayors, and both women, both long before me, and yet I am the first woman to be elected mayor on a citywide ballot. So because the form of government changed, I am the first in this new kind of, government where everybody, when you go to the polls, everybody votes for you on the ballot as opposed to being selected by the council. So
Okay.
I always try to add in that
First
nuance.
publicly elected mayor.
Yeah, I think that works.
The city has a lot going on. It's Fayetteville on its own, but then there's a college of 40,000 students and games that bring people from all across the state or country. What would you say the college's impact on the city is?
Oh, it is so intertwined with Fayetteville. Like you mentioned, sports, and yes, that is a huge part of it, but also just there's so much collaboration that you don't see. So like the streets think about it, like right now, the street we're driving on, like we're about to drive down, we're on Maple, we're gonna see new Maple Street improvements that were a partnership between the university and the city. And so, our utilities department, because we're providing water up on campus. And also because Arkansas is a sales tax driven state, the city makes revenue from sales tax. So when you are, pulling through, I don't want to say the name, I don't know who your sponsors are, so I don't, Bordino's, part of that money, part of the sales tax that you're paying is coming back to the city to make sure that, you don't have potholes everywhere, to make sure that you've got clean drinking water. And so the influx of people and that the university brings in is,
Helps keep it,
you cannot, I don't know how you would even quantify that.
'Cause if I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man.
Do you always drive around listening to Taylor Swift?
Shout out to this episode sponsored Bordino's, a high-end restaurant on Dixon. You'll find a lot of high clientele there, me, coaches, athletes, the mayor. So if you live in Fayetteville or you're visiting for a game, definitely add it to your list of places to try. Do mayors talk to each other?
Yes, absolutely, we talk to each other. We have like a secret club and handshake.
Yeah.
We don't do that,
Illuminati.
right? No. I think it depends. For me, I've been really lucky that the other mayors in Northwest Arkansas They've been here longer than me. I'm the sort of the new kid on the block of Northwest Arkansas mayors, but they've been really great.
There's a statistic that NWA as a whole is expected to hit 1 million population by almost the time your first term is up. So is that something you guys are preparing for?
Absolutely. It's something that we talk about every single day in the mayor's office and in long range planning and with roads. I mean, we have a director of public works and he's always thinking about these things. Shout out to Chris Brown, public works director.
I was talking about the artist for a second.
No, Chris Brown at the city. That's legitimately his name. But he's always thinking about, like, do we have the infrastructure that we need to accommodate the growth that we're seeing?
Yeah. Well, I gotta shout out Chris Brown, the artist, because me and him have the same birthday, May 5th. So.
I don't know if we should be shouting him out. I feel like, I'm just gonna be honest, I know I'm gonna sound like a mom for a minute, but I am a mom. Just be careful with the role models that we pick.
I mean, we can play some Rihanna to balance it out.
I mean, I feel like...
Love the players, and you love the game. We're young and we're restless.
What's been the most difficult decision you've made so far as mayor?
We make a lot of difficult decisions in City Hall and in the mayor's office. I want to give a shout out though to the City Council, because the City Council members, there are 8 of them. They're the legislative body, so they're very much like your senators or your congresspeople, but for the city, and they make really tough decisions like every single Tuesday night at City Council, and because they are the ones that are having to vote and weigh in on these things. The mayor doesn't get a vote unless it's a tie, and so a lot of times those really, really tough decisions, my hat goes off to council because I think they make the hardest ones. For me, it's really about timing and prioritization are the hardest decisions I have to make, because there is no shortage of important things going on in the city at any given time, and I cannot do everything at once. And so how to prioritize things is the toughest decision I make. And so that, some people are going to say, well, if that's the case, then why are you spending, 30 minutes riding around doing a podcast? And I will tell you, I'm doing it because I'd also prioritize, among other things, relating to constituents and being accessible to people in the community and showing them who I am.
What's that like? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man.
What's something the average constituent person wouldn't know about being mayor?
I don't control the university. I don't control Washington County. I don't control state government. I don't control the school board. And so there are a lot of things that happen in our city that impact residents' lives that I can empathize, I can listen, I can try to advocate for them, but I can't always change.
Has anyone been treating you differently since you got elected mayor? You know how they say people switch up after money or fame.
People are now far more inclined to tell me about, problems with like their trash or potholes on their street or broken, rarely do I go to the grocery store without someone stopping to let me know, something that's going on. And that didn't happen before. Yeah. You probably don't stop random people in the grocery store and say, hey, my stop sign's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do me. But that's, that's to be expected. I get it. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
So.
What I was wearing, if I was rude, could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves.
Do you think that Taylor Swift is going to see that the mayor is singing her song and then be like,
potentially,
I'm going to do a concert in Fayetteville?
Celebrities see this stuff.
Could we manifest that?
Yeah.
The economic impact of something like a Taylor Swift concert is massive.
Yeah.
I mean, it is huge. The ripple effect that has on businesses and services is huge. And I'm saying that because, Swifties, we love a conspiracy theory. And so I feel like you sprinkle that in and then the rumor's going to be like, you know why they said that, because she's coming. Anyway.
Possibly. We wouldn't be able to say, would we?
We wouldn't be able to say.
And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. 'Cause if I was a man, then I'd be the man.
The last mayor was in office about 15, 20 years, so do you have an end game in mind?
I want to do the very best job that I can do for as long as it makes sense and as long as I can still be effective and have something of value to give back. Having said that, I don't think that being mayor is the only way I get to give back to my community. And so there will be a time when it's my turn to give back in a different way.
I thought you might have been soft launching a governor run
Oh,
or
my
something.
Lord,
man.
no.
She was like, I don't think mayor's the final step.
No.
Okay.
No. But what I mean is that, you know, there will be a time when when Fayetteville needs new leadership, when I feel like I've done all I can do, and that's going to be good for our city, and then it's going to be my turn to, you know, give back or do something in a different way. But right now, I am so focused on this and so excited about it. You know, I'm excited about what I'm going to be able to accomplish in my first term, and hopefully, if I may be so bold,
Accomplish in a second, maybe?
accomplish in a second term. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So I'm just really happy to be here and to get to work on these big problems, big challenges, big opportunities.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show, riding around with
You're
us.
welcome.
And I'm excited to see what you do in the next couple years in your term.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. It's gonna be great. I would do it again. We should do this all the time.